You'll notice that on the syllabus, there's some detail about the different components of your grade. So you can see the grade distribution, and if you scroll down a bit, you'll see all the different components and what makes them up. Now, in these videos, I'm only going to talk about the participation component because all these components of your research project, the topic proposal, research question, annotated bibliography, optional, rough draft, presentation, research paper, and writing meeting, we're going to talk about all of those at length in class, and there's going to be tons more information on Brightspace about them. So let's take a look at what I expect of you for participation. Well, because this is a seminar, not a lecture, I do expect you to actively participate, and that's going to be key to your success in the class. Participation in class sessions is, in fact, mandatory, and your participation grade is going to be based on your contributions to class discussions based on assigned reading, as well as your engagement in class activities, and of course, on the completion of your homework assignments. So I'm actually going to skip reading discussion and look at homework for just a second. Those homework assignments are due on Saturday before class. So that means that no later than Saturday night, 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, you have to submit the answers to on a very short reading quiz. Now, the reading quiz will not be on all the readings for the week. I highlight just a few really important ones, and I tell you each week which readings are going to be highlighted on the quiz. You don't have to guess. And those highlighted readings are going to be on the quiz. I also ask you oftentimes some general knowledge questions. It's okay if you get those questions wrong. In fact, I would prefer you not Google the questions because then I don't know how to sort of gear what we're teaching and what we're doing in class. So don't Google them. If you do, you're really just cheating yourself out of the opportunity to learn the topics. And because of that, and I know you're probably worried about your grades and you're saying, but what? Well, why don't you want me to get a good grade on this? The idea is to complete these assignments, and I curve them heavily so that they are really just graded for did you do the assignment? Did you put in the effort? Rather than did you get everything right? So I call this a low stakes assignment, meaning again, that completion is rewarded. And this is to allow you to learn from your mistakes rather than avoid mistakes. Our reading discussions. Our reading discussions are going to be the core of our class meetings. We're going to be talking a lot about the readings. Obviously, by doing the homework quizzes, you're going to have been doing some of the readings, so you'll be able to participate at least to an extent. But I do expect you to look at the other readings, not just those readings that are going to be highlighted on the quiz, before you come to class on Sunday morning, because our reading discussions are going to be quite broad and touch on more than just what was on the quiz. Your class contributions are going to be evaluated not only on quantity, but also on quality. So if you speak 10 times in class, but all 10 of those times you don't ever mention the readings, you just say things like, yeah, I agree with what so-and-so said, but don't elaborate on that. Don't say like, I agree because of this. If you just say, yeah, I agree, that doesn't really do the same as a more in-depth comment, right? So it's not just about sheer quantity of how much you speak, it's also about what you say when you speak. Now, in addition to those reading conversations, we are also going to have in-class activities. Sometimes it's going to be live polls. Sometimes we'll have breakout rooms. You are expected to take the live polls and participate in your breakout rooms. Now, all of that means that you're going to have to be there in class. You can't just like log into Zoom and walk away. Your participation grade will suffer dramatically if you do that. Now, I should note that I've stressed how much doing the readings and discussing the readings is important. But we do talk a lot about current events in this class, and sometimes that can mean that our discussion does steer away from our readings. That's okay. That can happen, and that's a fine thing to have happen. You won't be penalized if we do move away from the readings in class. But if and when I redirect us back towards our planned topic, you should be ready to do so. So there is a lot more information about this posted on Brightspace, and I really do encourage you to take a look at that. Also, each week I will be right after class putting a little rubric with some comments on uh, on Brightspace for you, so you can look and see how you did in class and learn sort of what's working and what's not.